If your hospitality business model is built around concepts like exceptional personalized services and unforgettable guest experiences, but your first contact with new guests now looks like an email from anonymous guest ID at ota.com, how do you break through and build a connection? How can you demonstrate your hospitality differentiators? OTAs are today's funnel, and that's just the reality. But for your guests, booking through one is simply about convenience. It doesn't mean they've rejected personal connection or the little touches that make your stay unforgettable. But if neither of you have a way to address each other directly, how do you even start that conversation? Hi again, Tony Howard here, co-founder of Centro, a digital engagement platform that connects hotels and modern communities with their members and guests through intuitive user applications and smart management dashboards. In today's booking reality, the first meaningful exchange is crucial. It's your chance to set the tone for their stay, to share what makes your venue different, understand their needs, and let your hotel's personality shine through. Without it, you're left trying to impress someone who barely gets a chance to see you, your venue, and your differentiators. The reality is, this first exchange between your guests and your venue will almost always be digital. If you do nothing, it'll happen entirely in the OTA's ecosystem. That's a space designed to level you against your competitors, focus on like-for-like price comparisons, and keep the guest relationship in their hands, not yours. But if you can give your guests a space to relate with you, a space that reflects their stay, your offerings, their needs, the venue differentiators, and your hotel core message, you have a chance to transform a transaction into a connection. A connection that opens the door in your venue and welcomes your guests with everything you have to offer. This might be the very first moment you get to show that while your pool was lumped in online with hundreds of others nearby, it's actually the only infinity pool with a direct sea view. Should I reserve you a daybed for this afternoon? Perhaps it demonstrates that your spa and wellness center isn't just a communal sauna, but a world-famous retreat worth staying an extra day for just on its own. By the way, there is actually an open time slot for tomorrow. Yes, the OTA brought you that booking, and it is valuable. But when your property is reduced to the same filterable boxes as everyone else's, the real story of your service and facility never actually comes through. For your guest, this also has the unattended side effect that they might hesitate to interact with your spa and your dining auxiliary services, quietly assuming those experiences aren't available to them because they weren't present on the third-party site they booked through. The reality is, these are exactly the services you want them to use, not only to showcase your hospitality at its best, but also as an opportunity to restore revenue margin and OTA commissions that have already been taken. So, how do we actually make that connection? Obviously, it'd be great if the guest magically landed straight into your app without a second thought. But in reality, we need to make that link effortless. In most cases, this is initially about giving a guest a reason to connect, a little utility they actually need in the moment, delivered in a way that feels natural. A thank you for booking email reply, with a personalized link that invites them to customize their preferences and manage their booking. Even if your relationship with the guest remains unidentified for now, be sure to include clear booking context. This way, the guest instantly recognizes the interface as being about their stay. That recognition turns into a place of utility, something they'll return to again and again as their trip approaches, and it becomes their primary way to communicate with you, while giving you the perfect space to start the conversations you would have normally had when your guest was booking directly. At Centro, when we first started creating digital solutions for hotels, this challenge was front and center for me. It was clear that operators were struggling to reclaim the guest connection that was often lost in OTA bookings. Our goal was simple: to give hotel operators a platform and tools that let them embrace OTAs as a valuable source of customers, rather than constantly fighting against them, knowing that OTAs often overshadow your key differentiators. By doing this, we help you take back control and highlight what truly makes your venue unique for every booking and through every channel. Take our dynamic guest links that personalized web app, for example. They provide a simple branded link that invites your guests to connect with their stay in your venue, whether they book through an OTA, your website, or even walked in person. From that first click, the guest gets a space to engage with their booking details, explore your offerings, and prepare for their stay, or before they've even arrived. Once your guest is connected, the interface becomes a real opportunity to transform an anonymous booking into an identified loyal member. Features like identity provider linking, calendar integrations, and user authentication options make the transition seamless. During their stay, we keep that conversation going. Guests can message directly with staff, ask questions, and get timely recommendations, not only making service feel seamless, but also guiding them toward your food and beverage offerings, spa treatments, and auxiliary services. Instead of hesitating because they book through an OTA, guests feel invited to explore everything you provide. And with our in-building integrations, your guest engagement becomes autonomous and even more immediate. Guests can use their phone to order a drink to a lounge, book a facility and immediately access the space, and interact directly with membership and loyalty offerings, all in real time. With the modern connectivity your guests expect and the upsell potential your business could use right now. With Centro, every step of the journey, from the OTA booking to on-site experiences, becomes an opportunity to showcase your hospitality, connect personally with your guests, and highlight the services that set you apart. Don't let third-party app platforms define your story. Create a direct line with your guests, restore value to your auxiliary services, and turn one-time bookings into longer-lasting relationships. If this rings true for you and your venue, then let's connect. You can reach out to me here on LinkedIn and through our website. I'm always up for real conversations with operators and teams about what digital engagement looks like to you and your business. Otherwise, I look forward to connecting more here at Centro.network.